We are gonna be splitting up today. We're gonna be dividing and conquering, and Allie's gonna be staying here and doing all of the behind the scenes stuff that you guys don't maybe recognize or get to see. She's actually gonna be editing 2 videos today because we're super behind. Brandon and I are heading down into the shop. We're gonna be kitting out the 4Runner. We're gonna be doing more customization, which maybe you guys liked van stuff or travel stuff, or maybe you liked watching the cabin be built and you're like, Trent, your 4Runner's stupid, don't work on it. But hopefully you guys just like coming along and seeing what we're up to. We're also gonna be checking out the van build and seeing how it's coming along because they've made a little bit of progress since we've been down there last. So this video will be full of van and 4Runner stuff, and we're gonna be having a lot of fun. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a Leo. Yeah. Yeah. How are you? How are you? Oh. Yeah.
We've got a little bit of snow. Not enough for me to be excited about skiing, but just enough to make a problem.
Almost enough for golf, though.
Well, almost enough to make it so you can't golf again.
Yeah, there's definitely enough for that.
I feel like last year you guys golfed like all winter long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the valley like never really got snow, and like what's crazy is like these past like 2 or 3 days,
yeah,
the valley's gotten like almost as much snow as we have.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense. Well, Brandon and I just pulled up here to the shop and we are gonna get all the goodies that we have in the truck that are gonna go in the 4Runner. We're gonna head in, start working on it. But actually I think before we start doing all the goodies on the 4Runner, we're gonna go and check out how the van is doing and see what kind of progress they've made, because I'm really excited to see this thing coming together. Matt and Bryce are just working on the ceiling up here, getting the cedar tongue and groove to go up there. It's gonna look really, really sharp when it's done. They're getting all the lights installed, making a lot of progress. And now Brandon and I just barely got the roof nest like fully mounted down to the new roof rack, and it worked out really well. We have a couple of goodies right here. There's a fridge over in that box over there. We've got the Goal Zero here. Now, I tried to attempt to make like a platform to mount all this stuff on last year before we went on our little overlanding adventure. And the platform was like a sorry excuse and it didn't work well. And I need to remake it. So we're gonna start by moving all this stuff out of the back of the 4Runner, using that other piece that I have as maybe like a little mock-up or a little starter set, and then basically gonna cut a bunch of plywood up and make a more useful storage facility. All right, so we're kind of brainstorming back here. We're just figuring out the exact like size, the footprint of how big our little setup here can be. Brandon's gonna cut the first piece, which is gonna be the bottom. Then we're gonna build some risers on that and probably use our original platform over there, which I'm gonna start disassembling right now. Hopefully this works. I would like to be able to salvage as much as possible, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to save any of that platform until I try right now. Made a little bit of progress so far. What we've got right now is basically our base piece that goes all the way across. We have 3 legs that are supporting the second tier, and then this is the solar panel that goes under there. And when you pull that out, then I have a tool kit in the back right there, and there'll probably be some other stuff next to the tool kit. And then this little cubby over here on the side is gonna have like some camp chairs, probably like recovery straps and some other like recovery gear that's gonna go into that little cubby. And the next tier up on top of that is gonna have the table, and it's gonna have the cooktop, and I think there's just exactly enough room to make that happen. So we're gonna get those legs cut and start test fitting that. And then after we kind of like mock build this whole thing and figure out exactly how we want it, we're gonna take it all apart, glue it, screw it, make it super solid and like super rigid, and then start to mount all the components on it and make everything a little bit more permanent. Exciting. Perfect.
This one's just going dead center.
We're gonna have to adjust the sizes here in a second. Just have the top piece cut and get everything mounted on top of there. Bob's your uncle. All right, this is our top piece, the last piece. Beautiful. Ooh, like a glove. The only thing, maybe just slide the table in there, make sure didn't make a mistake here.
Here we got our clearance.
All right, so everything has a nice place to go, this nice platform. This does weigh a lot more than I would like it to. I would love if this was just made out of like aluminum and was like really strong and really lightweight and didn't require all the wood. But this is just the easier, cheaper way to do it. Anyway, we're gonna try and put the fridge in here and the Goal Zero and everything else and make sure that we don't have any complications, and then we'll glue and screw this all together and maybe put some coin grip on top and make it look really nice.
Out in stormy weather, I might have the blues, but nothing ever stopped me from dusting off my shoes.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect.
Allie's not gonna be able to see in there.
Yeah.
See me falling to the ground, but I threw up my umbrella when rain stopped sitting down.
Let me just say, like, I like to try and be neat and organized, but it's like very difficult to try and organize all of this gear and make like things that need to be readily accessible, and there's just a lot of different things to try and overcome. I like this design. I think it's probably gonna work, so I think we're gonna take it apart now and glue it and screw it and do everything back together.
I might be insane. I don't need no sunshine to keep me going strong. Just need my happy face to keep me moving.
It's looking pretty good. I could mount this permanently, but I want to be able to take it out in the future, so we have like this tie down strap that holds it in the back so that it doesn't have any ability to lift in the back, because once we put the actual fridge on here and the fridge has the slide, it can slide all the way out and it creates a lot of leverage, and I don't want it to like move this thing at all. So that tie down strap will actually keep it in place, attached to the tie down points in the cargo area that comes with the 4Runner. There's probably gonna be one more strap that goes across the front to make sure this thing's really rigid, but we're gonna glue and screw this top panel down and then put some coin grip on top of it so that it looks nice and finished. And then we'll be able to mount the slide for the fridge and the Goal Zero and the rest of the things. And then we have some other goodies that we have to start working on, but I'm really excited that this is coming to an end, because this has been a little bit of a headache, to say the least. All right, so we got a good layer of the glue on here. I'm like pretty actually impressed with how well it came out. And now we basically just need to take the coin floor, get it laid on there, use these rollers to try and get all the air pockets out and get it sealed really well to the plywood. And then we just have to take a razor blade and go and trim the edges to make it look nice and proper. I need something heavy. We got a couple more things while the coin floor is like curing the glue. I'm probably gonna leave it overnight before we even trim the edges and try and do anything there. But we got the high lift mounted here, which is really nice, because sometimes with the regular lift or like the regular jack that comes with your vehicle, if you put bigger tires on it, sometimes that won't be able to lift the vehicle up enough to get like the tire out from under it if you have a flat tire or something like that. So, and also this can be a piece of recovery gear in a lot of different situations. So we got the high lift mounted here. Now I'm trying to get this little accessory kit that actually bolts onto the Goal Zero Yeti here. And this actually makes it so that you can charge the Goal Zero Yeti off of the car's alternator while you're driving. It's basically like a DC to DC charger that a lot of people are familiar with, but this is a kit that Goal Zero makes. So we're getting this thing installed here, and then I'm gonna try and run the wires, and hopefully it doesn't prove to be like a huge pain in the butt. All right, guys, well, we have had a pretty fun day here in the shop. Bryce and Matt have been having a great time trying to get all of the ceiling boards in the van, and I think they're almost done. It's looking really good, but I'm gonna show you guys that tomorrow. And also, we basically have to leave like in a hurry right now because I need to go get packages from UPS, and I just realized I'm basically late. So we did make a little bit more progress, but we're gonna show you guys in the morning, and Allie's gonna come back with us, and we're gonna have a fun day in the shop tomorrow, and that's when we'll see you guys.
When you moved out, your mother said, if you give love, you get love in return. If you only knew you had so many bridges left to burn. You put your trust in all that wear. You measure all in what you own.
It's Leo.
You don't worry about your hair,
Hi.
but you do fear being left.
What's up, guys? We are getting started early today before we head down to the van build business, and I'm starting my day off like I normally do with AG1 by Athletic Greens. And Athletic Greens is the sponsor of today's video.
AG1 is a nutrition drink that is both convenient and comprehensive. It gives our bodies the nutrients it needs to thrive. It's the most complete formula out there, packed with 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced ingredients that focus on immune support, gut health, energy, recovery, and aging. AG1 is the quickest, easiest healthy habit to fill the gaps in our diet.
So if you guys are regular viewers of the channel, you guys have definitely heard us talk about AG1, and if you guys are on the fence about it, I highly recommend trying it. You will not regret it. If you guys are interested, you guys can click the link in our description right now, and you'll get 5 free travel packs and up to a 1-year supply of vitamin D. So thanks again to AG1 for sponsoring today's video. I'm gonna finish this drink, and we're gonna get to work. Oh boy, yeah, you having a good morning? So Leo's gone from the bumbo to his little like lay down, play, mobile, hang over his head thingy. I actually don't know what it's called, but he has multiple different stations around the house that like we try and use to like help keep him entertained. Sometimes it works for a really long time. Sometimes it works for 30 seconds. So he seems to be having a good time this morning. How are you doing?
It's 7 degrees outside. We're good. We're just, you know, cold. Actually, no, it's great in here. We had fires roaring all night, and there's no snow, and it's super cold. So it's kind of like a bummer of a combination. But the roads are clear, and it's going to be a bright and sunny day, and I'm really excited to see what you got done yesterday.
I'm really excited to show you because I'm pretty proud of like what we've got going on. I don't know if it's like literally the best setup, but there's like, the thing that's frustrating is you can buy these like pre-built like metal, aluminum, like pull out drawers that have like kitchen things built into them, and you just like slap it in the back of your vehicle and you can go camping and you pull it out and you have a full, you know, it holds your fridge and it has a sink and it has like a cutting board and all this stuff. And I didn't want to buy one of those. I wanted to just like make something that can store all of our stuff. 1, because those things are expensive, and 2, because I prefer to like make stuff. And so I made what I've made, and when we get there today, we're gonna be trimming the top piece. I don't wanna say what it is, because I don't want Allie to hear, because I wanna surprise her. So we're gonna be trimming that, and then we're gonna be mounting the fridge and the Goal Zero and doing some other cool stuff. And I'm really excited to show Allie, because I know that she's also really excited to go overlanding as soon as, you know, this cold snap passes, because Allie lied. It's 8 degrees. It's 8 degrees now, and we were gonna go camping this weekend, but we realized that the places we were gonna go camping, the low was like 20, and Leo can't really camp in 20 degrees. So we're gonna have to postpone until probably next weekend.
I know. Life is hard sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Having a baby is just like so. All you want to do as like a mature adult is like communicate with the baby and be like, what's wrong? Show me, tell me, let me know what's wrong so that I can fix the thing that's making you upset. And like a lot of times we can figure it out, or we can like make him stop crying. Sometimes we can't, and that's just life, I guess. But
He's just learning how to talk. He's getting chatty. Are you getting chatty? Is that Daddy? Do you see Daddy? You do. Who's that?
boy.
Yo.
Yeah.
Who is that?
Yeah. Are you not impressed?
No.
Are you not impressed?
Yeah.
Oh.
Life is a winding road.
It's okay.
Yeah, you're trying so hard to smile.
Driving through days and nights. Won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know, really wanna know.
It's pretty fun. Like Trent was saying earlier, there's things you can just buy to like plug and play for camping in a 4Runner or in a different type of car, but it's so much fun to like figure it out and try for ourselves what to build to make it the most space-saving and efficient and functional. It's kind of like going back to our Tony Vanza days in our first van where we were just trying to figure it all out. And there were already like other models we could replicate that we knew were tried and true, but there's something so satisfying in not knowing how to do something, trying it, failing at it, getting better over time, and then finally being able to say, hey, I did this, it came out great, and I'm so excited to be able to use it or to do it. Like, I feel like this whole past year we've been trying all these new things that we are terrible at, like skiing, I'm still terrible at. Building a house, I wouldn't say Trent is a professional builder, but like we've built our entire house. It's pretty cool. We've been going climbing a ton with Joel. Joel is like getting so much better at climbing so quickly. It's really cool to see. And I feel like that's one of the best things in life is like starting something that you're not good at, maybe you're scared to try, you suck, and just persevering until you get incrementally a little bit better over time. And for us, for sure, there's something really rewarding in that. So I'm excited to see what Trent has built, and I'm really excited to get out and do a little bit of overlanding.
Sky is falling down.
Good morning, or good afternoon. Top of the morning to ya.
So these guys have done an absolutely immaculate job getting the roof, or the ceiling, I guess, installed in Pamela Vanderson 2.0. Look at that. It's perfect. Like the fit and finish of it is, I couldn't have done it better myself, let's just say that.
It looks so good. Are these guys professionals?
Yeah, these guys are trained professionals to say the least. But that's not the only thing we're here for. Obviously, Allie was excited to see the ceiling in Pamela Vanderson 2.0, but we're here to show Allie a lot of what we got going on in the 4Runner. We got the high lift mounted.
Which is for something important.
Yes.
Emergencies. Okay, good. Oh, wow. All right. This is like a full setup. There's like cubbies for everything. Wow. Fits well.
Yeah. Now we got to take all that stuff out of there.
Great.
And so we ended up putting this coin floor down on the top level so that it's like a nice, rugged, waterproof, nice looking finished piece.
I see.
But we made it a little bit too big, so we got to take all that stuff off and then like trim it all down so it's nice and neat.
Excellent.
Lots of fun stuff today.
What does Bryce call it? We're going
Overlandering.
First he was calling it Highlandering, and I was like, Highlander is not what we're doing. That's a show about a
Outlander, right? Outlander?
What?
Highlander? Is it Outlander or Highlander?
No, the show is Outlander.
Oh, the show is Outlander. Highlander is the other Toyota.
It was like guys with swords.
That's what I think it is.
That's
Is it
what we're gonna
Outlander
do.
or Highlander?
I know there's a show called
Outlander's a new one that's
Yeah.
based off of a book series.
Right.
Okay, that's the one my mom liked.
But I think they have swords as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's probably the same thing. They were just like, we got to change the name from Outlander to Highlander or Highlander to Outlander. Whatever it is, Bryce is in love with it, and he doesn't understand overlanding, but we're going to teach him. Trying really hard to try and get my phone and the app on my phone connected to the Goal Zero Yeti so that I can update it, but I just gave it the wrong password to the Wi-Fi, and now it's like we're going to battle basically, and the Goal Zero's winning. But just give me a few minutes. I'm gonna turn this thing around.
Real life Highlander.
Real life Highlander.
So Matt is a certified expert installer on the Goal Zero Yeti, and he knows how to troubleshoot and problem solve any issue that could arise, which is nice because that's actually one of the components that we're using in our vans, and we've got one to use in the 4Runner, and we used it once before and it was fine, but I don't know what happened, that now we're having major problems. So Matt has come to our rescue and is trying to help us figure this out, and hopefully maybe it'll stop angry beeping at us soon.
When we were overlanding before, we were gone for like 3 or 4 days.
Right.
And we basically had no way of charging this, and it lasted for 4 days.
Yeah, it was really
So
nice.
if you can imagine now, every time we're driving, it's charging it.
Okay.
And we have the solar panel to plug into it. We don't ever have to come back home. We can just go forever.
Except for that there's no toilet, so as soon as we need a toilet, we have to come
There's
back.
just, the toilet's right here.
Oh, I forgot.
The Angry Beaver toilet. You dig a quick hole. Doesn't matter if you're on rock, concrete, gravel, you can get a hole going. Use the toilet, and then we don't have to have, smelly toilet with us. Yep, it's ready. Oh. These are life gatherings of fuel.
This is a little bit different than the last time you guys went camping together.
Brandon and I?
Different components, yeah.
Very different. A lot different.
What happened? You almost got ran over or something?
By a Jeep in the middle of the night. He just
Well, we
came like rallying up over this hill, and we were like, what the heck is that? We opened the tent and peek out, and his headlights just come right by our tent.
Oh, that's so
It was
scary.
intense.
You almost killed us.
How old were you?
16.
16.
In Trent's car.
Yeah, we just took my car up into the mountains and we're going camping. We made a fire and made hot dogs and
His mom was like, "You're doing what?" It was great.
Alright, we got everybody lunch. We're gonna take a little break and have some much needed hot food because it's a little chilly in here. Help everybody just kind of take a break and reset before we get back to it.
I thought I'd
Is this the inaugural light turning on?
Oh yeah.
Let there be light.
Good job, guys.
Looks great.
what about these lights?
They work too.
They're on a different fuse, so
Oh,
it's just gotta be wired up to the
Oh
fuse.
my gosh.
I could throw it on quick. You want?
So up to how hungry you are.
how hungry are we?
Yeah.
I'm really hungry.
Way hungry. Starving.
Starving.
Bryce tried to say, "Don't get me food," and then he's
I
like,
know.
"I'm starving."
Well, I had blueberries. I didn't want you feeding me.
Blueberries? What are you, a black bear?
Don't shame the blueberry like that.
Come on, come and eat. I don't know if this is gonna work or not, but we're gonna try it.
Our toilet?
No, I'm trying to get the Angry Beaver to mount up here.
That's our toilet.
Yeah,
Our
the
toilet. Yeah, I forgot. I forgot.
What are you eating?
Root beer candy.
What?
Leo, are you just the best little shop baby? Oh, yeah, you're the best little shop, baby. Yeah, I'm so happy.
It's been good. It's been super productive. And I think everything has been installed in the 4Runner that we need to take camping with us. We postponed our trip because it's freezing outside. And we want Leo's first camping experience to be a fun one, not a frozen one. We have a bunch of friends that have taken their babies camping recently, and we have some tips and tricks that we know to use to make it a successful first camping experience. And I'm really excited, but it's not today, it's next week.
Yeah, so we're going to be taking the 4Runner and going doing a little bit of, fun off-roading and camping with Leo and the dogs. We're going to have a great time. And then probably a few weeks after that, Joel and I are probably going to take like a solo boys trip and maybe go to Moab and do some off-roading and some fun stuff like that. And he's like just barely getting his driver's license, so I think it'll be cool for him to like experience like some off-road stuff. And it'll be cool for me and him to have some bonding time.
You're gonna let him drive?
No. I mean, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably let him drive a little bit, but it would just be fun to get out there and do that with him. So that's another reason I want to get the 4Runner like fully set up, is so that me and him can have a fun experience, and it's not, I don't know.
Unsafe.
Yeah, everything is like set up. We don't get out there and it's like a horrible experience and things are falling apart. So I think we've got it pretty well set up with everything we need. I do want to get the roof nest opened up and check it out inside and make sure there's not like rats living inside that we don't know about. And then there's also some skid plates that we've got to get put on, but we'll probably do that next week.
But I think we are calling it a day. It's Friday afternoon. Everybody's ready to get out of here and go enjoy their weekend, and so is Leo. All right, fellas. Happy weekend.
Yeah.
Enjoy your Friday.
Later. Well, Allie and I had to kind of divide and conquer when we left the shop. I took Leo in the 4Runner, and I actually went and ran some errands, picked up all of our packages from UPS, and I got back here a little bit earlier than Allie did, so I went ahead and fed the dogs. I've got the beginnings of a little fire going here. Allie just pulled up. I think she's gonna be hopefully pleased that I've got a fire going and I got some of the stuff done. I think she went to the grocery store to get a couple of things that we're gonna make for dinner. I think she's here. Lika, wait. Lika. Oh yeah.
Oh, hi. You scared me.
How you doing?
I'm good. Hi, dogs. Hi. Woo. Had to get gas.
No. You didn't put gas in it.
No, I put diesel in it.
Jeez. I don't know if we even talked to you guys about this, but a few months ago we were just like trying to hurry and do a bunch of different things all at once, and I'd been driving the 4Runner a lot, and I grabbed the truck and we like ran into the gas station, and I jumped out to put gas in it really fast, and I started putting gas in the diesel truck, and I put in like almost 2 gallons. And then I stopped and I was like, oh my gosh, I've ruined it. And all the research that we did basically said, you're in big trouble.
Yeah.
And we rolled the dice and we just filled it up with diesel and we went on our way. And fingers
Luckily,
crossed,
nothing happened.
there hasn't been any big problems yet. That
was like a
there
long
might be
time ago.
something happening in the background that I don't know, but
I was
it's
still
been
very
okay.
pregnant. It's been like 6 months.
That's true. Hopefully nothing bad ever happens. Anyway, I think we're gonna make some dinner, and we're probably gonna hit the sack early because I think we're both exhausted.
It's been a long week, but a good week.
Yeah.
And that 4Runner looks
Looking pretty good, huh?
pretty beefy out there. Yeah,
I'm
it looks
really excited.
good.
Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed coming along on this adventure, are preparing for our overland trip that's not gonna happen for a little while, but at least we were preparing.
Yes.
So. If you guys did, make sure you show us by giving us a big thumbs up on today's video. Consider subscribing to our channel if you haven't already.
Thanks again to Athletic Greens for sponsoring today's video. Click the link in our description to check them out.
And we'll see you guys on the next one.
Adios!